is the WAVE 97.9 WHAV, and on the line is State Representative Ryan Hamilton. And Ryan, good morning to you. Thanks for joining me today.
Good morning, Wynn. As always, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here because you are one of the guys with your finger on the pulse. You have access to money that goes into the budget, that comes back to the district, and that's all a good thing, right?
Yep. We always like to do that. It's been a very interesting budget cycle with everything happening at the national level as well. So, it's been it's only my third budget here in the House, but nonetheless another interesting one. But we were still able to secure some really good wins for the district, both Methuen and Haverhill. So, very exciting time for sure.
Yeah, and so tell me about some of the things that are exciting you about the budget and help out the district.
Yeah, so I was able to secure 4 earmarks, one being for Cogswell Art Center. It's been a recurring one for me, something that I care very much about. Creative Haverhill is doing a great job when it comes to restoring Cogswell and is going to eventually turn it into one of the premier art installations here in the Merrimack Valley, if not the Commonwealth. So that's something that greatly excites me. So I got an earmark for Cogswell. I got an earmark for the Greater Haverhill Chamber. My good friend Katie Cook just took that over within the past month or so, and she's already hit the ground running and doing a great job. So supporting her and their board's mission in terms of trying to elevate, small businesses and large businesses here in Haverhill, as well as, Methuen, North Andover, the whole, the entire Merrimack Valley and Greater Haverhill region is really important, as well as my friends at Historic New England, who, as we know, are trying to pursue a project that is going to, once again, transform downtown for the better and really connect the entirety of downtown together, which I'm extremely excited for. I've seen the plans for it, and it's breathtaking, to be honest with you. And then last but certainly not least, I got an earmark for the Methuen 300 group. Methuen is turning 300 in 2026, and a group has formed to celebrate that. So I got them an earmark as well. Some of them are calling, I'm not calling it this, but some of them are calling, it's their 300th anniversary of their divorce from Haverhill. But I tend to think that, we're just celebrating Methuen's 300th. So I tell them, I'm like, gotta watch out poking Haverhill.
I haven't heard that part of the history lesson yet, but Bradford didn't always belong to Haverhill, the Bradford section, and we've had stories about how I think it was Salem, how that ended up being like 5 or 6 or 7 towns. So okay, I get it.
Yeah. Parts of Salem actually, used to belong to Methuen, and Methuen used to belong to Haverhill. So just like with everything, all good things come from Haverhill, right?
That's right. And Maine and Massachusetts were once all Massachusetts. So yeah,
that's it.
Things change.
That's it. Yeah. So, but it was a very productive budget cycle. Now, we just got to make sure that we get together with our Senate colleagues, who I believe are doing their budget this week. I'm pretty sure of that. And then, we'll get together and, consolidate and have, a Senate and House budget combined. And then, we'll pass that and send it to the governor and work with her accordingly going forward. So it should be it'd be a very busy couple months here leading up into, usually we pass the full state budget somewhere around July. So it'll be busy.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be done on time this year. Do you think so?
Well, hey, as long as it's a good budget, that's the big thing. As long as it's a fair budget that funds our communities and, does a good job of ensuring that we're living up to, Massachusetts in terms of being a leader on several fronts, healthcare, education, the whole thing, and making sure that, we're doing a good job living up to that. So no promises on the on-time part.
Yeah, I get you. Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about historic New England? And we don't hear much about that, but maybe you can give us a little more insight of what it is that they're actually planning to do.
Yeah, I mean they're in the midst of a project. I know they're really gaining support for it, getting approval from local city agencies and whatnot to really transform their facility downtown into something that is going to be really a gem of the Merrimack Valley, if not the entire New England area, when it comes to displaying what they have in their coffers, for lack of a better term, and really becoming a tourist attraction. I don't know if you've ever been in there before. I have. I had the pleasure of touring it with the delegation probably about a year ago now, and some of the artifacts and just stuff they have in there is straight up breathtaking. So the fact that they are moving towards building a facility that is going to be able to display that properly so that everybody can enjoy it is something that I'm just really excited, and just their location and how that's going to tie into downtown and everything. I think it's a really exciting project, and it's something that I think is going to enhance Haverhill's downtown, which that's what I love about downtown Haverhill, is just when you think it keeps getting just when you think it's hit its peak, it keeps getting better and better, and we keep pushing boundaries and boundaries to make it a more attractive place for people to come, spend their money, enjoy themselves, and contribute to the local economy. So, again, they've been great partners. I've enjoyed working with them on some of the earmark stuff, and looking forward to continuing to support them in their effort to really reshape their portion of downtown.
Yeah, I've had a chance to visit the building that they're in on Essex Street. I didn't even know it was there until they bought the building next door to it. And
I know.
And where do they have space marked out that they would put up a new building, or is it going to be in the existing building?
You know what? It's been a little bit since I've seen the plan, so I don't want to comment specifically, because I would be taking my best educated guess with the plan, with the plans not being in front of me. But I can certainly find that out and have that answer for us next month. Okay, yeah, that would be interesting. And tell me a little bit more about the plans that they have in Methuen to celebrate their 300th anniversary. Yeah, it's great. There's been a committee of about 20 people that have gotten together, and they're going to be running events from December of 25, because that's when Methuen got its permission from the legislature at the time to form its own community, and then they're going to run through June of 26, with the ending being a kind of a Bread and Roses, Haverhill River Ruckus, Feast of Three Saints type festival, all thrown into one. So there's going to be several events in between. I want to say they're up to close to maybe 8 to 10 events, ranging in size from music, from local summer music series to, I know they have a 70s disco party, and it's really impressive. It's the volunteers and those who have given their time towards the celebration. It's greatly appreciated. It's nice to see the community come together to support such a milestone in Methuen, and I'm looking forward to celebrating it and looking forward to enjoying some of the festivities. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to helping promote everything that they do as well, too. So absolutely. That'll be good. All right. Well, Ryan, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. Very informative. And anything else you'd like to add? I just want to give a late but a happy late Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope you were spoiled yesterday. And Wynn, as always, thank you for having me on here. Always enjoy our conversations, and looking forward to next month. All right. Thank you so much. State Representative Ryan Hamilton, our guest this morning right here on the Wave, 97.9 WHAV.
Wake up with Wynn Damon weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on 97.9 FM WHAV. Catch the Wave, WHAV.